Good morning, YouTube pie smokers. Smoking the General with some Captain Black Royal. And the reason for this morning's video is to offer encouragement for anybody that's sitting on the sidelines thinking of doing YouTube videos. Max Wolf, or Phil, he did a video probably close to a year ago about encouraging someone to do a YouTube video, and that's what sparked me to do it, and I'm glad I did. Thank you, Phil. And the reason is, I was lurking for years, and I always felt I'm somewhat of a shy person, so I didn't want to have my face on YouTube. And then after hearing Max Wolf's encouragement, I decided, you know what? Time has come. I am what I am. I can't change how I look or how I sound. I'm me. This is what you get. So I started doing videos, and it really has changed my life in so many ways. It's helped me not be as shy in real life. An example of that, I had my nephew's wedding a few weeks back, and I was asked to do a reading. I immediately said yes, and I did it in front of the church crowd. And normally, I would back away from something like that. But I do this, it's helped me overcome that fear. Also, you meet a lot of nice people doing this because you become sort of like a family of people that do the same type of thing. And it becomes a tight-knit community, and you respect one another in a way that is very hard to describe. And what I suggest you do is go the easiest route possible. And I'll give you an example of the way I do it. I use a webcam. I use a Logitech Brevia. I think that's the way you say it. It's a 4K. It's the highest end webcam you can get. Really small. I have it mounted on a small tripod with a magnetic base with a big steel piece of transmission part, being I have access to that to hold it facing me. And I sort of made the backdrop you see, which is my office for my business, and I do my videos from here. Now the reason I chose this method was because I don't have time to do the editing like a lot of guys do. I want to, and they do a much better job because you can do intros, and which you can do that with this camera with different software, but you want to keep it as simple as possible in the beginning, otherwise you're going to get frustrated, especially if you start to edit, because that's a learning curve. But the most important feature, in my opinion, is sound. I go through a little tube preamp with a lapel mic, and before I had that, I always had complaints that the volume was low, and that happens with computer mics, but you can get some good USB mics. You don't have to get a preamp like I have. You can get a Yeti mic or one of those USB mics, and they work fantastic, easy to hook up. And the next thing is come up with some kind of your thing. We all have a story to tell. So I did the Daily 5, and the reason I chose that was because, first of all, I like those type of incentive sayings and positive vibe type of things. But it gives me a routine, and it gives the audience something to look forward to. And you could do it while smoking a pipe, and in between that, throw in some pipe, what you're smoking, tobacco, things like I've done with the filters, and cause if you're going to make it a pipe channel. The other reason I chose, not only because I'm a pipe smoker in the pipe community, was because looking on YouTube for so many years, it seemed to be the friendliest community of all of them. And if you notice, there's very few nasty remarks by the pipe smoking community. Now that's some kind of phenomenon, because I follow other YouTube sites, and there's always nasty remarks. Terrible. That would really turn me off and not want to do YouTube videos. Luckily, it hasn't happened at all that I can recall. But the point is, come up with something that's yours. Your experience in the morning when you go get coffee. If something, a routine, that some kind of, whatever your routine is, be yourself, be natural, and get some videos up there and start creating a channel. And don't worry about the gore thing. You don't have to do the gore, the giveaways, if you can't afford it or you don't want to, or there's no law. If you reach 100, you got to do one. It become a standard, so to speak, but it's not carved in stone. Not everybody has the means to afford anything like that. And that's understandable. But the point is, if you're on the fence, like I was for many years, and I regret not doing it, make your first video. Do it as simple as possible. Come up with a phrase. If you notice, Matches 860, that's become his. Everybody, you say matches, and they say Matches 860. That became his slogan, so to speak, his intro. So it doesn't have to be exotic. It don't have to be. I mean, there's some really talented video YouTubers that do some phenomenal editing work. I follow a woodworking channel. The guy is like a whiz editing, and I mean, he can be professional. He can be on TV tomorrow with the way he does it. But he has the ability, the talent, and the time. You don't have to start out like that. Video editing is very intimidating. I tried numerous programs. I can do it if it takes me time to do it, and not everybody can devote that kind of time. I can't, and I wouldn't nearly. I have 305 videos, I think. Yeah, they're short, a lot of them, and I think the quality is good. The audio quality is good. The picture quality is pretty good. But I don't have the fancy intros, the music, the titles, and not that I don't want to have that. I just don't have the time to devote to do that. I want to get better at it and get more into some of that. In time I will. But the point is, get some content made, put it up, overcome your fears, and you'll be glad you did. So with that, I wish you good luck. I urge you to try it. And I believe you'll be just like I am and say, why didn't I do this earlier? Don't hold yourself back. Pull the trigger and get some content made. We all want to hear what you have to say. Everybody has meaning. Everybody has purpose. And we all need each other. With that, have a good day, guys and girls, and I'll catch you on the next one.